Oh, that's a lot of AC. Yeah. Hello. I didn't get a chance to upload your thumbnail. Hey, James. I got the green light to kind of go live for a little bit, so we'll go for a drive around town. Take you to a place or two. I'm going to go down a road I don't go down very often because, you guys see a lot of the same stuff. I don't want to bore you guys, so we'll see what we can find. Maybe I can pull over and we can take a look at some plants in the median. Look like a crazy person wandering around the medians of places at night. Oh, nice. Nice. So check this out, guys. The shirts will be in tomorrow. All sizes are available. It'll be $17 plus shipping. And that'll depend on where you live. It'll be anywhere from about $3.50 to $5 around the US, and it's gonna be about like $8 or $10 international, first class. I gotta figure out how to package them. I don't know if they're gonna fit in the packages I have, so if you guys want some, I still have all sizes, I believe. I'm gonna try them on. I'm gonna tell you, like, if they're no good, I'm not going to sell you guys like garbage shirts, But Brandon so far has been pretty on point with everything, so. Oh, now it's only two of us here, but yeah, I know how uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if you guys see that blue Hurley shirt that I normally wear, but that shirt is very uncomfortable. It's like too big, it's like too thick, and it's the cotton in it is like, it feels like it's made of like grass. Bob, glad I was able to come back on, and I'm glad you were able to return. But okay, cool. Yeah, this shirt in particular was just like, it was from Sam's Club, so it's just like, it wasn't really, you could tell it wasn't well made. I'm just gonna pass this feller here. I just, Sam's. You guys have Sam's Club in Canada too? I'm guessing you guys do. I know it's a dumb question. Americans are like, do you guys have this too? It's as if like only America has it, only the U.S. has it. Yeah, and I've been doing that thing, Bob, the same thing for like 5 years now. When I first met Ashley, like, I cared a little bit about like my style. I mean, I did care about my style. I love Puma. Now I still like Puma, but I just don't really care as much. If it's on sale and it seems nice and comfortable, especially if it's breathable, like polyester, it's just like easy because it's like the wind can come through, and especially in the warmer months. That's what I'm wearing now. What is going on? There's a cop. Oh, it's back there. Yes. We're gonna do a little bit of a loop around the Cape. It'll be the same. It'll be the same trip that I made to try and follow the guy that almost. That's just the way it is here in the Cape. I mean, it's a decent sized city, but the Cape loves to make money off, stuff like that. But so the story goes, today I went to go check and see if I could find where the guy lived that almost like killed me, because I was a little curious. So I drove. It's like this big U-shaped neighborhood. So I drove in, and on my way back out, I suddenly came across two big Copernicia Baelianas. Like, these are very valuable plants, and there were no other rare plants on the property. I knocked on the door. The lady didn't really speak any English, and I don't really speak much Spanish. And she said to come back later on today about 5 or 6. So I came back and I made an offer on the plants. They said that they bought the house. The plants were just there. And I asked them, if I basically had to translate through the son, and they wanted to think about it, and they called me back and they said sure. The hard part is digging them out. It actually costs more to dig them out than it does to actually purchase them. So I am going to confirm it tomorrow, but I am counting on getting them. Yeah. So like those plants, in a retail setting, will go for like this. There's 2 of them. The smaller one's worth about $6,000. The bigger one's worth about $10,000. So I'm not gonna say what I paid for them, but it was a good deal. I will say that for sure. I do have to. It does cost about. It's in the thousands to get them transplanted. So I have a little deal working, but I'm gonna do some vlogs on that. Yeah, I'm gonna sell them. I have a deal where I'm actually gonna trade the loading work for one of the plants. I'm sorry, the digging and moving work, because these things weigh 2.5, 3 tons each, and I can't pull that. Yeah, James, I actually have an alternative to that at the moment. So yeah. The cost that Ken would charge me just to show up is what this guy is going to do the whole job for. So I know you're kidding. We're gonna go play in traffic tonight. I think if I can find a place to park, we can play in traffic. Yeah, I need them to be free of any bodily fluids. Okay, so we are on Country Club. I'm not really sure why it's called that, because I don't think there is a country club in this area, but we'll see what happens. I just gotta find the plants. This is a little more of like a smaller main road. It's a main road, but it's a smaller one. I'm just gonna go slow. I hope everyone just passes me. There we go. Those are the plants I want to actually go see. And now I'm gonna get. That's okay. You guys can just keep on. Not you guys. These characters. Say no U-turn. I just gotta find a place I can park. Like right there would be nice if I knew that I had the room. Okay. That would have been nice. Okay. I'm just gonna park right here on the main road. It's probably stupid, but actually, I'm gonna probably go ahead and just pull around the corner here. That way I just don't get hit coming out of the car. People really don't pay attention to stuff like this. It doesn't look like anyone's home here, so hopefully this isn't a bad neighborhood. I don't think it is. All right, so we'll have a little fun here. Now I know the people that planted these. They've lived in the Cape for over 40 years. Very nice couple. And they have worked a lot over the years with the Palm Society. Why is this all sideways? Sorry, as I try and get this proper. I just don't want to crush my camera because I have to clamp it down. So we're gonna go play in traffic now. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure there's actually nothing illegal about what I'm Sounds like the cops are pretty busy as it is. One for extra luck there. So remember, guys, I'm risking my life. Remember that the Palm Father risked his life for you. So we're gonna go. There's no one coming down here for like a mile, so. Yeah, this is a pretty thick median, but you can see right here. Do you guys know what this is? Oh, I'm actually more worried about fire ants, but let me put a little. I don't want to put the flash on because I don't want to bright cars. You guys can see that flower spike here. Yeah, it is a buccaneer. See, it's in flower too. It'll be months before seed's ready, but there's a new spathe right there. I would never do this, no. But you can see that crown shaft. Look at how beefy it is. See that? I'll probably have the police called on me just for being out here in the median. That's okay. I'm not doing anything wrong. This is public property. These were known as Fat Boy, and they're from Sanibel Island. And the person, these are not as fat, but okay, I'm just, see that one's putting out a spathe there. Looks like a dong. This one's having a little, there was one, something here that died, but that one's having a little bit of a, see how the roots are black? That's not a good sign. That's necrosis of the roots. And then you can see how fast, I thought that was a snake for a second. This one here, the crown. Oh my God, look at that. You guys see that? You put my, I don't want to put my hand in there because I don't know what's living in there, but let's just see if this will give it all. No, that's, it might just be coming off. See how the crown is actually like falling off of the trunk. I've never seen that before. It might just be growing so well that it's actually bursting. This is like, see, and you rarely see spears on pseudophanes. They usually are already open. But this one doesn't look like it's quite, oh, there is a couple of space on it. Actually, there's 3 at least. But these leaves are very waxy. They're very tough. They can handle hurricanes. No problem. Those drop their fronds. Their main issues, they deal with this kind of virus that it's kind of unknown of its origin, but it what is crawling on my foot? It apparently seawater seems to help them out. So anyway, get a little crown view here, and then we'll go back here. This, like during the day, this would be a lot more dangerous than, it's probably just as dangerous at night, but there's just less cars. But this weird crown thing, I've just never seen this before. I mean, it looks okay underneath, but it's like the fronds, they don't want to come off either. There's 2 of them. I've never seen anything quite like that. And see the spear here, you rarely see a new spear. They're usually open as they're coming out, as you can see on that one right there. But this is a nice one. The trunk is not as fat, but this original one's probably my favorite. Just it's the fullest one. You know, it has a full crown. And it's having the same issue. It looks like it was having that virus. See how there's that gooiness, that kind of pinkish black situation going on? These all seem to have it. See how it's dark here? It shouldn't be dark like that naturally. So you can see the spear up top there. These are really underrated palms. I mean, these are fairly old, but these actually grow pretty fast too for the species. This particular, no, that was just a kid. It sounded like a peacock though. Alright. As much as I like playing in traffic, we're gonna get back to the sidewalk here. Got some bottle brushes. Yeah, they are all over the Keys. They're native to Elliott Key, which is just south of Key Biscayne, and they're supposedly were native to. Let me turn the light off here. I don't want to. Actually, I don't really care. People can see me this way. Native to Elliott Key and apparently some other keys, but they've really only found it native to that key, and I believe Indians probably brought it there at some point. But mostly they're also native to, I believe, Cuba and the Dominican Republic. So let's turn this down. Yeah, they're, because even considering they're Florida natives, they are not planted very often. They're probably the least planted Florida native. That includes everything, probably needles too. Needles are not planted often because they don't take a lot of sun. Let's get out of the road here. I've never been down any of these roads actually, but I'm just gonna get back, turn back around the way I was going, kind of make a little loop here. I'm gonna head south towards the river and then cut back north to where I live. And if I see something else that's worth stopping over for, I will stop. And I'm not against, I'm fully capable of playing in traffic if I feel like, oh, it's right turn only. Can I get it? Oh, I can turn around right here though. Oh boy. There's like a lot of one headlighted cars out here tonight. Really? How am I gonna make that U-turn? Give me a sec here as I figure this out. Those problems are probably 10 to 12 years old. We're going to use a sidewalk on this one. This is a smaller road. It wasn't designed to be like a main thoroughfare, but people still use it. The speed limit's a little bit lower on this road as a result. It's 105 degrees in your room. What did you do? Start a fire in there? Actually, I have the AC on way too high. Or low, I should say. So you just didn't have AC on in your house and just now turning it on? Must feel really nice. The one thing that's dangerous about doing that is that you can get like a cold from going from really hot air to really cold air. There's some more here actually planted in the median, but they're in bushes and they don't look so hot. Dude, there's no way it's 119 in your house right now. You would be like dying. Show me a thermometer that says it's 119 and I'll believe you. That's 50 Celsius. That's like 52 Celsius. So you live in a car and it was parked in the sun. I mean, sometimes it's actually a good idea if it's cold. If it's like 55 out, that's a good idea. If it's 85 out, no. I thought about like the idea of camping in my car. You can get a tent for it, but I mean, there's like very few times in the year where that would be like a good idea with no AC. For at least for me. Oh, who is 97 didn't have working AC? That sounds pretty brutal. There's some people in Florida who don't use air conditioning, but they have their house completely shaded by like oaks or palms, and they have a lot of good airflow coming through. So we are going this road kind of like, there's a little curvy curve here. I wanted to get something to eat, like something that would be like a dessert food. But oh wow, that is pretty hot. So it was hot there. What's going on right here? 30. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Hey, they're nice to say thank you when you're going the right speed. This is a very old part of the Cape. This has been around since probably the 60s, early 70s. It's mostly like condos and duplexes and smaller houses. And it's mostly just a more laid back residential area. There's no stores around here. Yeah, and I think they're just used to that. I like to keep my house at like 78, 79. Like if it's, I know people who keep their house at like 68 to 72, and that's like freezing to me. I turn the heat on if it gets down to 70. That's pretty brutal, James. I remember AC broke at the house back there, and it was 85 in the house, and I just turned the fan on high and just laid down in my bed completely naked and just... I slept for like 3 hours too. This is in the middle of the day. Okay. Oh no, I need to move your palm. Oh, is someone gonna steal them? Yeah, a room with no air movement. That's stuffy. That happened to me in Rome when I was there. I'm gonna air this like so. But this is a nice little winding road. It's a main road, but people tend not to make it. It's not very direct compared to the other ones. You guys, I don't know if you guys can see on the left-hand side, but a lot of like condos, a lot of like snowbird, specials. Yeah, the AC is kind of like just a afterthought in Rome. Obviously, it's a very old city, so this dead ends here. I think this is Palm Tree. Yeah, we go up Palm Tree. I don't know what happens here, but let's find out what happens. We could go left. You know what? Let's go left because there's going to be more things to see. There'll be more lights. Yeah, I don't get it either. I remember the first thing I bought in when I was in the Rome airport, after we went through like security, where there was a lot of people with machine guns and German shepherds for some reason. This is like 1996. Was I bought a fountain Coke, and it was like it's like equivalent of what would be €3, but it was in lira. I forget. I think it was like 600 lira. No. 600 or 700 lira, it's like 220 lira to the dollar. So this is the southernmost, like, kind of big thorough. Well, there's a smaller one that goes south of here, but Cape Coral Parkway is like the main. Obviously, it's called Cape Coral Parkway, but and even if you go all the way west here, it basically turns into, kind of unused land. But the river is only about a half mile from here. When it comes to going out and playing in traffic, I am a professional. I used to live in Manhattan, so although I can't help the variables of, crazy Florida drivers. Yeah, it's expensive, and I don't know why. I remember I was in France, and it was so expensive to buy the bottles of Coke that in the hotel I bought a liter and a half at a store, and it was like, I don't know, $4. But for a liter and a half, that was like, I was like, sweet, I can have like 4 drinks. Like having a Coke was so refreshing. Oh, I'm gonna take this road. Shit. I don't know why they have those things right here, but I guess I've had a lot of problems in the past. This is that Santa Barbara road that I live on. I mean, I don't live on it, but yeah, there was no ice in my drink. It was just a big glass of soda, but the fizz was like perfect though. They're perfect with the fizz. They can just, make that work. That'd be great. Really wish I had gone and gotten some ice cream or something. I had a Wendy's salad for dinner. That was just not a good idea. And Culver's is a long way away from here. It's as far away as my house is now. It's like my house is at the halfway point between here and Culver's. So that's kind of like downtown Cape Coral, even though there really isn't a downtown. That was the original downtown, I guess you could say. But it's not centrally located. It's in the southeast corner of the city. You're about a mile from Fort Myers there, or at least the other side of the river, which is technically, they call it like the Villas, but it's Fort Myers. What am I getting a hard time for? I'm going way below the speed limit. Yeah. I'm just cruising. For Palms. Maybe I'll stop in the Publix. I'm just trying to think, is there anything open? I wonder if Target's open till 11. I'm not, just take it on the chin. I got some food at the house. Barbecue up some ribs. I wish I was a better cook. I have to follow the directions on my pressure cooker to make ribs. They're good, but I'm not good at cooking. No one ever really taught me how to cook. My mom didn't. I mean, she cooked, but she cooked like mostly my grandmother's stuff. But my sister is a good cook, and she kind of just like a little bit of self-teaching, learning. You adjust and adapt, sort of thing. Whoever's behind me has like an illegal third light up on the top of their car. I'm curious. Really want to know who this is. It's driving like an idiot. I mean, it's bright. It's kind of bright at me right now. Oh, is that a freaking golf cart? No way. Or is that a? Oh, it's a motorcycle with 2 side lights and a top light. Okay, it looked like it was a. Okay. Someone listened to some jams there. The hot tub's 105. That sounds a little scary. That's hot. But yeah, I'd love to stop by if I can make them. If I go see my dad, I'd love to make a trip over. I know Toronto isn't very close to Vermont, but it's a lot closer than Florida is. Maybe I could figure something out where we go see Ashley's relatives, like her dad's side, like her real dad's side, and in Indiana, and then kind of go up through like Detroit, then go over, and then like down through like Lake Champlain area, like Plattsburgh, New York. So I'm gonna try and just. I'm actually kind of curious if there's any royals that I can collect seed off, because I do need to collect 5,000 seed for a customer. I still look both ways even when it's green on these roads because after what happened. Yeah, that's not even. I've had people asking for 100,000 seed. I'm like, I had someone asking for 25 kilos of acai seed. I'm like, I don't know if I can provide you with that. That's like 70. No, it's like 60 pounds. I mean, that's like there's no. First of all, there's no fruiting. I have to basically get those shipped to me from another country, and 25 kilos shipped is just like shipping costs is. I mean, it's going to be over, a couple $100. Oh, this guy's going so slow. I'm not waiting that long. Neither is the guy next to me. This is well lit though. This is nice. I really haven't been here that much after hours, but okay. I'm sorry, Zach. I was driving. The missing anus of the Encephalartos. Yeah, Msingianus, or from the Msinga area. I forget that they're mountain range or what, but now if I get asked to stop filming here, I have to stop filming because it's private property. Oh, someone in a Honda Element apparently doesn't like driving through their drive-through. My dad loves those vehicles. I think they're okay. All right, let me situate myself here. If it's folded over, Zach, there's a chance it might regrow another shoot, but give it a chance. Those things can come back from quite a bit. A little bit tired. This medication I'm taking makes me drowsy. All right, off onto the clamp we go again. Make sure I'm having sufficient power here. Oh yeah, 53% is enough. I don't know why this isn't on center. Right, just make sure it's gonna. Sorry for the shaking. I just gotta make sure it's not gonna fall off. I just don't want to crush it at the same time. I don't have the case on, so there's a little pad on here, but if I crush this phone, it's gonna cost me like a lot of money to replace. So. Yeah, I'd love to, James. I might be able to try and do this. This summer. We'll see. This thing's kind of offset on the clamp, but that's okay. So you can see the Washingtonian. I mean, this is gonna not. I don't want to make sure this phone's gonna move at all. Okay. I'm gonna tip it all the way upward. You can see the Washingtonians are all on flower. And they'll drop seeds and they'll do things. And there's a slight chance of there being a gator in this pond, but probably not. People fish in this pond, which is kind of disgusting. But so let me read a few comments here. At the fold point, yeah, I mean, I would just try, and what I would do is bare root it. Take a look at the roots. You could actually try and even cut off the entire crown. It might regrow, like as much as you can. But these here were kind of like, see how they're staggered? Some of them were planted like way down near the swamp, and they seem to be doing, well, kind of the same. I'm looking for some with some heavy fruit on. It looks like this one here. And I'm feeling they're not going to clean these up, so I know we've played this game before. There's some fruit on the ground, but not much. But you can see that thing is loaded with fruit. I've never had an issue like up close and personal with a gator. I've almost run over a gator twice, running across the road in some very remote areas. In fact, I think I ran over the tail of one of them. But I was near Orlando, outside of a town called DeLand, a very remote area, and near the St. Johns River, and this one's actually seeding at a very young age. It's almost like reachable by hand. It's pretty rare. And it was a big gator, and I swerved out of the way, and I mean, if I hit it, it definitely would have like busted my axle. But these Royals here, and there's some cypress and some pine. The flowers on Washingtonians are actually some of the nicest, in my opinion. Like if you look at the color, they are very bright and shiny. Like these almost, I mean, these are nice looking plants in the dark. I mean, in the, I should say, the artificial light. But they definitely could have landscaped with some better plants. They could have used some more canopy palms. This one here almost looks like it's a filibuster. Let's see how big that trunk is. It's hard to tell unless I'm looking at it. That's a rusty pole. It's like a tetanus shot waiting to happen. But here, if I'm looking for, it looks like it got bent a little bit in Irma. But up here, you can see how if you guys look there's not much red going on. It makes you think that's more of a filibuster. The best palm for a canopy, I know you do like Washingtonian, that's why I came over here. The best palms for canopies are probably going to be stuff like things like Livistonas, like Livistona decora, big African oils for like more tropical climates. Orengas are really good. So are fishtails. If you can believe it, lutescens, areca palms are really good. So, unfortunately, there aren't really any other species of palms there. There's just Royals and Washingtonias. This one, if you look at all the trunks, like here, and then you see this trunk, that's when I start to think, I'm looking at a filibuster. So then I start looking at the crown, and see this one's leaning, it's got that gangster lean on it. And I think that might have been done in Irma, but it's hard to say for sure. I don't remember it being leaning like that, but then again, it's been a year and a half, or almost 2 years now. Can't believe it's been almost 2 years. I remember vlogging when I was in Georgia in the middle of nowhere, outside of Valdosta, like very concerned about Ashley. But I'm trying to think if there's any other places to look at palms. I don't want to creep by where the Copernicus are because people know my car, and if they're outside, apparently it does grow faster, but I couldn't tell you. I've only grown a few from like seed, and I've kind of I hate to say I've just given them away because they're very hard to sell here in this area. Yeah, that's true, Bob. Washingtonians have many good attributes about them. One is the fact that they grow fast. I mean, it can be a bad attribute if you are having an issue with them being very weedy, but all right. I'll check that plant for seeds. It's not going to be ready for a little while, but if getting true filibuster seed is kind of just a guessing game. Because it will produce good seed, but you just kind of have to guess which one is going to be like a filibuster and which one is just a very robusta. Because true filifera really won't grow here. I've seen a couple, but they're kind of babied. It's just too humid in the summer. Heat they don't mind. It's the humidity that they have a problem with. Yeah, no, I like to have them for sale. The people, in cooler climates that want a fast growing palm. The driest area of Florida is going to be the Keys. And then some areas on the West Coast, right on the water, are going to be the next, like areas like Sanibel are going to be really dry. I'm going to take it's already 10:45. I'm going to have to feel the brunt of the anger of Ashley not that I really need to be home, but I told her I would be home in a little while, so therefore I will honor that. There's some Royals here. They planted some Royals over here. This used to be kind of a big mess, and obviously it's 10:45 and McDonald's, this is always wrapped around, poorly designed, where once the line gets at any length, it's impossible to drive through the parking lot. Same thing with Pollo. I don't know why they do that. There's a lot of cops here. What's going on? More cops. There's 3 cops, 2, and then a car that I thought was an undercover car, but it's not. It looks like they are searching it. Here, I'll see if I can show you guys. No one's in the car right now, so. Oh, light's turning. Gotta go. That's the great thing about this thing is I can pull it right off and right back on if I want to show you guys something. And I forget that because the guy was coming right at me. I got another dude with one. So many people with one headlight tonight. Ashley only has one headlight too. I mean, she has the other one. She just hasn't put it in. It's a real pain in the ass considering it's a relatively newer car, but you gotta take the whole housing kind of like, you gotta free it and then get it in. So yeah, I'm gonna head back into the neighborhood. Glad we can have this time together. So this road, I don't want to mention that we see it says Southwest and Southeast 21st Street. It is the north-south road. You know, it demarcates the west side of the Cape from the east side of the Cape. The east side is much more developed. And the west side is, the southwest side is fairly developed, but the northwest is the least developed part of the Cape. There's that old Chevy. I don't know what it is exactly. It's a 4-door from the 50s. That classic Florida pastel coral color. I call that color coral. I don't know what you guys call that, but come on, come into focus. There we go, I think. I'm just glad there's no yard sales this weekend. Jesus. Might be able to hang out in the truck for a little bit. I promised Ashley a game of poker. She likes getting her ass beat a lot. So, just so much fun just to bluff her to all hell and then show it to her, and she gets so angry. Now, the yard sale went well. I mean, when she sold a bunch of stuff, I mean, I wasn't selling anything, so I mean, I sold like 3 items. I put like 5 items out, and I made $10. I wasn't looking to make. I didn't really care about, you know, making money in the yard sale. I was just trying to help her out. But it was 2 mornings, and you know, getting up early on the weekends to do that, and like the worst part is actually putting the signs up and hammering them down at 6:30 in the morning when people are trying to sleep. I would have been pissed if it was like, you know, in the corner of my lawn. So yeah, I wish all the items were palms. I would have loved to have sold palms at the yard sale, but no one would have bought them. I don't know if this person has showed up yet. Let me see if she'll come out and talk to me. Hey there. You come here often? I'm late. Is the person showed up already? Oh, okay. All right. Give me a minute and I'll be off, okay? I'm late, she says. Yeah, I'm late to beating her ass in poker is what I'm late for. Too bad it's not for any money. But I hope you guys enjoyed the seeing the Pseudo Phoenix. 6:30 in the morning. Yeah, that would have been like, yeah, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. is considered like quiet time in the Cape. You can't like mow your lawn, have obnoxious music, but trust me, people will have obnoxious music, and they won't mow their lawn, but like they'll have it all the way to 11, and then like 11 o'clock they'll just shut it off. So we have people behind us, like diagonally, I guess catty corner, whatever you want to call it, and they'll play like very odd dizzy music at like the middle of the afternoon, like really loud, like you can hear it perfectly clear right here, and I'm like almost 100 yards away, and it's really annoying, like especially when I'm trying to sleep in the my midday sleep. That's good, man. Yeah, James, I'll see you later. Yeah, I have a couple sleeping things mechanisms. I have the eye thing. I have, you know, actually has like headphones built in. But yeah, yeah, Bob, I'll see you later. And Chris, I do that as well. I've been getting tired as of late just because I don't know, my sleep schedule is kind of odd. So, anyways, thanks, man. Hopefully, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Emma's birthday is tomorrow. I'm not going to be hanging out with a whole bunch of 13-year-olds, so I am going to be probably writing and waiting for that shirt shipment. But I'll once I get it in, I'll go live and I'll show you guys, and hopefully you guys think it's good. But yeah, have a good night, and no problem, man. I enjoy the live feeds as much as you guys do. I appreciate you guys coming on, and I'll see you tomorrow then. Till then.